Hello, excuse me. Can you come?
Hello.
Hello, hi. How are you?
I'm good.
You look so pretty.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ghana.
What's your name?
Mabna.
Mabna. What's your room?
I'm Osenkum.
Oh, what you make a key?
Mr. Ship.
Oh, and I say, maybe a yabong. Type one for. Now, the show was Charlie Yamana. Charlie, now, so.
We patch your dance in our friend.
This is Jafric Radio.
No, baby, call. So I'll be training.
What's Jafric Radio?
Jafric Radio. Yeah, Jafric Radio. You know the auto kill. Oh, yeah. Mate.
Only problem. The show when you Yamabia. Wait, my radio.
Hey, Kachi. Osana should share Sebri Muswana.
Oh, any problem? Jafric Radio and Yamidi.
Oh, sir.
Miamidi until you need problem.
Would ya?
Oh, Miamidi.
This is Jafric Radio.
Let me say no. Check. Me cast ring Miamidi. I say, look at a garage. Me garage. What?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Jafric. So, yeah, what do you? It's all better to me a radio. Me too. She said. Wait a minute. What number, Mamma?
My number. Hey. Now, okay.
But excuse me. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Watch it. What's up? And your man will do on. Oh, okay. Carson, yes, saying. S6. Okay. Range, you know what they are fetching me off as and why? You are car be proud, but 7 farm bread, million, no dimage. Castle, their own say, yes, said I knew. Salonia, yeah, a consignment to be to the archie. I'm a fro. Send your tea and all. I mean, German, so what?
It's me beside. What's it called? Oh,
we got a carpet to apply. I am the weekends number.
I see. And they were hanging out here.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Hey.
See, you're wondering no ball.
Yes, so.
I'm going down now. Let's show what you say.
Say, Ghana's buying. Oh, dear, Japan Kuma. Oh, what are you?
يلا اعطيتك مقطع ضحك.
That's happened again.
Charlie.
Yeah, boiled egg.
Really? Wow, is this chicken?
Yes. I can make one for you very cheap. Affordable, yes.
How much is it?
100 yen.
100 yen?
Yes.
Each
for one.
Oh my goodness. Is it boiled? Or
yes.
boiled. Boiled.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 2. Give me discount and I will give you.
Oh, 100 yen, that's how you
Just-
sell it.
Only 100 yen?
Yes, yes.
Wow, very cheap.
Yes. Do
Did you?
you like pepper or it's okay?
Okay,
This is
just
hot
this
spice.
one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. Hi. Wow, thank you so much. Did you cook it?
Yeah.
Wow,
I
special,
did it
man.
myself, yes.
Wow.
This is
I-
very famous in Ghana.
In Ghana.
Yes.
So it's in Ghana.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You want only one, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we have in the Philippines, balot?
Balot?
Yeah, with chicken inside.
Hey,
Yeah.
really?
Hiyoko, the chicken is like.
Oh,
like
this one doesn't have chicken. Yes, only the yolk is inside. Okay. Thank you. See
Thank
you.
you.
for
Thank you
coming.
so much. Arigato.
I be the
Thank
best
you.
to know. Who be you?
Osia ni meko.
I be the best of all.
Osia kukoshi.
Who be you?
Osia mu. Wait.
I be the best to know. I say who be you?
Osia wa ha Osia.
I be the best of all.
Oh, okay. Me pacho 100 yen today.
100 yen. What
Mm.
am I back? Now we will not do it. 100 yen is there for.
Hey, pacho de so mam na me you home na. Hey, Abranti. Because you are so dear need there. De papa.
Metro now come out.
I be the best to know.
Me and me who are they our address here. Who say have
Mommy.
Hey.
I be the best to know.
Sabrina life in the own. Yeah, no,
Hey, Samo. Business easier.
Oh, Metro now.
Obeto ni now. Hey, brother, say come you.
Wouldn't problem.
You cry because
Everybody now.
hey, brother, them just
Mama, no matter. Hey, 1 month for Ghana.
yeah, me. Now go for strap papa brother.
Mabna. Mabna, you bad well.
Nebu.
Hey, Mabna.
Hey, nebu ni. Only nyama me no no say. Me di me na kosi ona me. E dey na e kosi say. Mama me ko come.
Oh,
Not so.
oh, why are they? No problem.
Me nitia. Said come on. Said then there because you understand I'm run with you special. Tim Pacha come sika.
You down as well.
Hey, me dear, try. Then you lamina ta.
Danda I'm dead.
Pacha me miska na me kona afina masha tinti.
Oh, Metiaka.
Me tell Pacha mama na me nko ana o beto ni na obenya to.
That's what you. We are not said on you.
Pacha who to ko sia na open me phone number. E dey are. O dey chia me ka o dey chia you to dia na. Me ye ma dey. O dey chia be ka number ho se.
Who be you? I be the best of all.
Mama. What do you mean?
Minim shame, Pacha, dear son.
You looking at me, she.
Mr. Dana, me.
When you said on your problem, yes, what's your
What of them?
That's it.
Pacha, I don't say any time me can tell my poor
Mammy,
before me number mouse says, I knew what you are for Momo. You were Momo. Me, you should Momo. Because you are in some Momo.
I will not.
Who be you? This is Jafric Radio. The best to know. Who be you?
Because you are going to come scan it. Mr. Penny, two penny, no one. For me, sick a man. For me, sick a mammy. For me, sick a mammy. And you know who was coming no Johnny here. Not who was very set to mind. I'm out here. Mr. For me,
Will D. Charlie.
for me, sick a mammy. For me, hey, catch it. For me, sick a 20,000 years.
Who be you? I be the best to know. Who be you? I be the best of all. Who be you? I be the best to know. I say who be you? mole.
Mr. Famisika Mamma.
File. What's mole? Just
That's happening again.
mole. File. What's mole? Who be you? I'll be the best you know. Who be you? I'll be the best of all. Who be you? I'll be the best you know. I say, who be you? This is Jafric Radio. I'll be the best of all. This is Jafric Radio. Jafric Radio.
AGOOO. Yeah, Mama Kwaba. Eba jumedi so. Ai sanya de bia monimu no. Ai medinde. Empress Nanaya. Ubetimi nso afre me mami ago. Na mejo. Sorry.
This is Jafric Radio.
Mo fan che me kafra. I say camera net on me, so all of a sudden this out of excitement. Yes. So me pamo cho mo ba so a mo share na film so on subscribe ya. Mes first say mo be subscribe amaye. Subscribe. Me per se me who viewers e was so bebre ansa na djumedie no me dia bremo. Ai mo share mo subscribe so mo share na microphone so embra mbetie dumedia ye de bremo no enne ye baba interview Konishki ai emi say me ne na twetwe nkomo de dante no ye baba bo actually etiefo den ena onim efa sumu ho what is sumu den na onim fa ho ana say bia so what Konishki ho asem den na onim fa no ho. Yes. So this is AGOOO. And then you respond, Amen. Thank you for always supporting us. And I'm your host, Empress Nanaya. You can also call me Mami AGOOO. Today's interview is about the life of Konishki and the sumo wrestling. He's going to tell us a lot about sumo wrestling, probably what you didn't know or what you already know, and then what you didn't have any clarification on. He's going to explain things to us. Yes, and this program is proudly brought to you by Bayside Modeling Agency. So if you are good in acting or your children are good in acting, you can contact them on Facebook and get in touch with the CEO. He's going to register you and then they take it from there. AGOOO! Please share, kindly share. Kindly share. I want to see, like, let's say, double.
This is Jafric Radio.
Viewers I have right now. Share, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, kindly do that for me. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yenjiska Yenchaje is free. Go to YouTube, search for Jafric Radio, and then press the subscribe button and the bell for notification. Anytime we put down a program, you are going to get notified and then you can watch. Please subscribe. Mon subscribe mami. Na mon share Mama Basso live Facebook. Mon share mami sisia. Mon share mami sisia. Mon share mami sisia. Mon like it. This program is it's wonderful and then it's educational. I know you can't wait. I also can't wait. But I'm talking because I want to get more viewers. More viewers. Mon share na microphone brasso. Microphone brasso ase me kasa be tintin. So mon share mami flip am chowa mon share mami. Mon share. Facebook Ghana diachi. Mon frefre. Mon frefre Ghana for. Mon nyani omo. Konishiki bao. Yes. And then I want to ask, what do you know about sumo. What do you know about sumo wrestling? I say, I don't know whether to call it a sport or tradition here in Japan. One of the famous and also a legend in sumo, because I remember saying me didn't fly and it's all out. I had so many comments that they really know him, and then he has great sense of humor, which I also realized during our interview. He has a beautiful wife. Come on, you can't wait to see them. Me myself, I can't wait. I want to keep watching and watching.
This is Jafric Radio.
I really had a great time with Konishiki. Please share. If you are watching us from YouTube, you can also copy the link and share. Please share for me, please. Hear me, pa, mon share, mommy. AGOOO! Please share the link. Share the link. And check I say Clement Issel. Clement Issel. Say Mami AGOOO. You look amazing. Thank you so much. And Sister Daisy. Hey, you're right there. Sister Daisy. See me on the AGOOO. Mr. Mobaswa. No one share. She said one shaman crow for crown or shaman in Pabet 10. So 10. Until me 5 view or so. To be a shema in part 10. You be going and you be chunk and no pay munankasa. Okay, see, Virginia. Just say, I just want to. I say, a common don't know be dead, you never see one tanya or no or invite to when I invite now. Minimum start here, say, I quay or frame and comedy or frame. So, Sana, I want to whet your appetite for you to get ready. See how the miracle and to know. Mema, the producer, at Atum. AGOOO! Once I'm famo comment and bra, Yabekaya mama. Now, let's watch out. Fox speed rolling. AGOOO! Welcome to the AGOOO show. Yes, greetings from Jafric Radio to all our listeners, and then those who watch us on Facebook and YouTube. You are welcome to this program. Yes, and not forgetting, I'm your host for today's program, Empress Nanaya. You can also call me Mami AGOOO. Anywhere you see me, and I'm going to respond. Yes, and then Baba Shade Mediasi. And Shiakasia Elkoma, it's you for near your food of Jafric Radio. Yes, I don't say. Some of us one I'm saying, and then Yabani Tibiho. I am Baba Shade. When you want to power, and easy. Na many man dear Grammy just say a young you can't wait to meet this person. He's an amazing person. Yes. And then we are going to have so much fun having a chat with him. He has so many things to tell you and I. So without wasting my time, before we go to him, I want to say that Bayside Modeling Agency on a Masoyasin and you did you with Bremo. Yes, and to know, and ne Munjakuna, Mufin soon see Nanipana, meaning the Babette Chunkumo. Any parts, to say I miss me any parts. AGOOO! Okay, now we are here to interview Konishiki. That's how I know him to be called. So he's going to introduce himself to
AGOOO!
Yes, AGOOO!
AGOOO Nishiki desu. Hello everybody.
And do you know the meaning of AGOOO?
Jin.
No, not at all. AGOOO is, no, I think my producer told you that, right? AGOOO is knocking on the door.
Oh.
Yes.
I just wanted you to explain for the people to know. Because
Okay, so
you might have some new listeners who don't understand.
Yeah,
Knock on the door, right?
yeah. In Japanese, it's ojamashimasu, something like that.
Ijamamamos.
And then we have a response to that.
What is it?
So when I'm coming from outside and you're inside, and I say AGOOO, and you have to respond ame.
Or ame.
Yes.
I don't say where you want to go.
No, ame
You
means
say when you say I go, I say where you want to go. No.
no, not at all. The person is coming to you.
Ame.
Yeah, so you say ame, meaning you're welcome. Like
Okay.
you're free to come in.
I learned two
Yeah.
words today.
Yes,
The
AGOOO
only
and
word I knew
ame.
in Africa is atura matata.
I see. So I'm going to say AGOOO, and you have to respond.
Okay, got
Are
it.
you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, AGOOO.
Ame.
Hey! Wow, you did a good job. Wow.
In Japanese, ring.
Ame, yes, right. Okay. So now you spoke in Chi. That's Chi language in
Oh.
Ghana.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yes, very popular language. We speak in Ghana, Chi.
Good to learn.
So AGOOO and Ame.
Mm.
At least you know to.
I go ame.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you are going to introduce yourself to our viewers,
Okay.
your name, and then where you come from, where
Okay.
you were born, and then a little bit about your family, your parents.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Hello. Hello.
Ame.
My real name is Saleva Atisanoe. I'm originally born and raised on Oahu in Hawaii, and people know me as Konishiki because it's my sumo name. It's Konishiki Yasukichi. That after retiring from sumo, I kept it to be my real Japanese name. So, as a Japanese citizen, my real name is Konishiki Yasukichi, which is formerly my sumo name that I had. And my parents are both. I'm Samoan background. If you don't know, it's one of the Pacific Islands. It's about 5 hours from Hawaii. It's around the islands of Tahiti, New Zealand, Tonga, and those islands around there is one of the islands called Samoa. And Samoa is an island where my parents were born and raised. And my parents immigrated to Hawaii probably about 60-something years ago. Well, about 66 years ago. My dad first immigrated to Hawaii. So that's where I am originally from.
Okay.
And that's who I originally am. And presently, that's the name I carry, Konishiki.
Okay.
Which how majority of the people who know me or read about me is probably they only know my Konishiki name.
Okay. So, do you have siblings like brothers and sisters?
I have a big family. I don't know about Uganda people,
We
but
do also have big families.
we have 10 kids in our family.
Wow.
5 boys, 5 girls, and I'm the youngest boy.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so
Say in Japanese we say onaji. I also have 10
kids.
siblings. Yes.
What number are you from
I'm
the
the
bottom?
8th.
Oh, I'm number 2 from the bottom.
Ah,
So,
same here.
Younger.
Yeah, I'm also younger.
Oh, so-
2 from the bottom.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
it's big families are fun, you know, when you're growing up in situation at the house financially. No, we weren't really that financially, but everybody works so hard. Your parents,
Okay.
your dad worked so hard, and because you had older siblings, they
Yeah.
started working early
Yeah.
in their lives before
Yeah.
when we were going to school. So
Yeah.
they kind of help out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I come from a big family.
It's really
Half
fun.
of my brothers and sisters passed away. My parents both passed away. My dad just passed away 2 years ago.
Oh,
So it's been, well, how many of us left? There's 5 of us left.
oh, okay.
So it's trying to hold on.
Yeah. And are they here in Japan or
No, nobody's here.
Hawaii?
Everybody lives in Hawaii,
Mhm.
and one of my older brothers lives in Alaska.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow. I'm planning on visiting Hawaii sometime to come.
Please go.
Yeah.
But it's very
I've
expensive
heard
right now.
it's a nice place. Expensive? I
If
see.
you're coming from Japan, because of the yen rate right now.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so you were living with your parents in Hawaii. When did you decide to come to Japan?
I came here 40 years ago, exactly.
40 years ago.
Yes, 1982, June 18th, I left Hawaii. June 19th, I arrived in Japan. So I've been here ever since.
Wow.
I was 18 when I left.
18. Why did you choose to come to Japan?
Well, I came to join sumo, and I became a sumo wrestler at 18. But
So were you really practicing sumo in Hawaii before coming here?
had no experience, had no knowledge. I just took it because there was an opportunity, and I just took it. I was graduating from high school, so
Okay.
I
So
had a
how
chance
did
to
you
go to
know-
college.
How did you hear of sumo in Japan and then you decided to
You never
come to-
know about sumo in Japan. Somebody asked me
Okay.
at the beach.
Okay.
I didn't go to school. In the morning, my parents thought I was going to school, but I was actually surfing.
Okay.
So a man who goes to Japan all the time, he's a professional wrestler who's
Okay.
very famous in Hawaii.
Okay.
He actually asked me and talked to me about you should be sumo.
Whoa.
So that's where it all started. So I had no knowledge.
Okay.
I
So-
haven't seen it before.
So where is this man? Where is the Japanese who met you? Where is he
He's
now?
not. He's not a Japanese.
He's not a
He's from
Japanese.
Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
He's in Hawaii.
Okay.
He's a very famous person, real big name
Wow.
in wrestling,
Wow.
world wrestling. So he came to Japan as a wrestler.
He
He's
must
an old
be
man.
proud of you now, like
Oh yeah,
before and now.
he actually knows Japan more because he actually, when Japan was real famous for wrestling, they had a guy who named Riki Dozan, which is the #1 wrestling guy. That's the era that old man wrestled. So
Okay.
he knew about sumo,
Okay.
and he the one that
Okay.
kind of gave me the idea what sumo was.
Okay. So at 18 years, you left Hawaii to Japan. And how was it like? Did you have a family? Did you know someone, friends, or
Here,
yeah, in
Nobody.
Japan? Nobody.
but there's a foreigner who is already here who's a pioneer to all of us foreigners.
Okay.
His name is Takamiyama.
Okay.
He was the first foreigner to come and actually open up the doors for us.
Okay.
So he was the first to let me to help us, or even to help me first to get into. We were in the same sumo stable,
Okay.
same sumo school, eh?
Great.
So that's where I started. I came and, of course, we knew nobody, and then I just joined
Okay.
the sumo stable of Takasago
Wow.
Sumo School. There's about 40-something schools at the time.
Okay. So you coming to Japan for the first time, you couldn't speak Japanese.
No Japanese.
How was it like life coping in Japan at 18 years? You graduated from senior high school. You came here, college, right? You came here.
After high
You
school.
can't speak Japanese. Their food was
Yeah, yeah.
different. How was life like?
Well, at the beginning, the big difference between me and all the other foreigners like you that come to Japan,
Yeah.
it's not even Japan culture. It's
Yeah.
sumo culture.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
completely different.
different.
Even the language that we speak in sumo world is completely different.
Whoa.
And you got to remember, when you come into sumo, it's more like soldier like. Everything has real strict rules. Everything, from getting up to sleeping to eating to cleaning, everything. There's no such thing. And once you join, you cannot quit. The only way you can quit is you run away.
Okay. And
So-
is it easy running away after
Well,
you
for
joined?
me, it's hard because I had no money,
Oh, okay.
and I was a foreigner. I didn't have my passport because they take it away from you. For the Japanese
Whoa.
kids, they can run away because they live in Japan. But when they run away, there's so much pride they cannot run away home because the parents will bring them back to sumo.
Okay.
Sumo is a very rare, unique. I don't call it sport. It's more like a culture. So the respect that you get in that culture is hardcore. You learn how to clean, you learn how to eat, you learn how to respect, and that's the greatest thing about it. It's super hard, but not too many people can survive in the sumo world.
Okay.
So I came into something that was completely different. It was more like my home, my household,
Okay.
because my mom and my dad were my bosses, and I had to listen to my elders. So everything is seniority. Anybody that joined before you in sumo, you have to take orders from them.
Okay. So how long is it? Is it like a college, a university, or something?
Nope. It's like when you're a soccer player, you go and you join a club, right?
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing.
Okay. Okay. But I saw some previous images about the sumo wrestlers, how thin they were to becoming very big.
Well,
how is that one done?
not everybody is big, so everybody has the image of that, but people train to get big. the different thing about this sport, your body takes a lot of punnage. I mean, you hit yourself so much time all year round. If you play baseball or you're martial arts or you're a boxer or even wrestling, their tournaments are probably once every 3 months or 3 times 4 years. We have 6 major tournaments, 15 a day. So you have to understand your body have to be big and strong and have enough stamina to take these to hit it, because the training is so rigid. Your body has to get used to getting bruised because you're hitting each other. There's no pads.
Yeah.
So people think you're just being big, but being honest with you, if 100 people join in sumo, even till today, more than half quit. They cannot handle sumo. So people just look at the outside, how big,
Yeah.
but they don't understand.
Yeah.
And sumo is actually a sport where not only they're big, especially professional sport here, it doesn't matter if you're big or small. If you make enough weight, you can be sumo. So if you watch sumo closely, not everybody's big.
Wow.
Everybody think it's big, but if you watch the top rank, half of them is like small.
Really? You
Yeah,
might
you-
might see them to be small.
No,
but
you have to-
what we see from outside.
No, you have to watch sumo because you're only talking about one person.
Not really.
No, I know I'm the professional. I know exactly what I'm saying.
I see.
Go and watch. There's a guy actually smaller than Pop.
Really?
Of course, there's another guy smaller than him. See, you guys not
First
watching.
time-
So image,
yeah, I think it's our
you
image. What-
stereotype. You guys,
Yeah.
the
What-
whole thing
yeah.
about sumo is you guys gotta understand. Go and watch it and understand it. Everybody,
Okay.
foreigners, all the foreigners have stereotype. They think it's only for big people.
Yeah, actually, that's what.
And the
you-
reason why is that, you guys gotta understand, sumo culture is the mixture of mixed martial arts,
Okay.
which what you guys see to MMA, what we call mixed martial arts today. Sumo actually is karate, judo, aikido, all mixed together,
Yeah.
and wrestling.
Yeah.
So that's why us big guys have a harder time, because the smaller guys, there's 84 different techniques in sumo, or holds, or throws. The big guy cannot really actually, probably, I only can use probably less than 10 because of my body weight. The smaller guys take advantage of that. The hand twists, the hand kicks,
Yeah.
the strips and everything. So you guys have to just study. The stereotype is they think it's all big.
Yeah.
That's why I watch all the thing on YouTube, all the foreigners, they make it look bad,
Yeah.
which is no good because
Yeah. So because we had something like when they come or when they are in the club, they make sure they eat so many food.
you
so
have
that
to
they
need
can,
the weight. You need the weight.
You can gain weight, so you have to eat a lot. Is that true?
You have to. Like I said, your body trains all year round. There's no days off. Sumo is 365 days of your life,
Wow.
and until you're retired. I did it for 16 years. There's no one day off. When you become a sumo, you're a sumo wrestler, period. When you walk the street, you represent sumo, and you do something stupid, no matter how good you are, if you're Michael Jordan, they don't give a shit who you are. They will kick you out, and it's been proven.
Yeah.
So that's the difference about, because they don't treat the sport. It's a culture. We represent something more than what you guys think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then eating and everything, you guys look at, some kids can't even get big. If you look at some of the top wrestlers, they're not even that big.
Yeah.
One of the most famous, Chiyono Fuji, is not that big. He's muscular, but compared to us, he's like less than half of our weight. So the more you study about the real thing about sumo, the more you're going to understand. Right now, everybody's just stereotyping.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just see, but you don't see.
Yeah.
You know?
We see what we want to see.
Exactly.
I think that's it. Yeah. Okay, so in the course of study, when was your very first match?
A month
In-
later,
Yeah, a month later.
yes, you come and you join right away.
How was the feeling like?
Scary, shy, nervous, and very unprepared. Because everybody does the same thing.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm 18. I joined sumo at 18, but the majority of Japanese boys, they join at 15 because they graduate from junior high school, which is mandatory in Japan, and then they join sumo. So they're smaller, weaker, but I'm 18, so the only thing I have is strength, but they have more sumo probably experience. Yes.
Yeah.
So that's where you get nervous, because you would feel so bad if I lost at the beginning, because I'm wrestling guys who are smaller, younger,
Yeah.
So
but they have experience than you do, so
yeah, and that's the scary thing about
Yeah.
it. Now you're working with your emotions,
yeah.
and your heart is just beating, because if your mind goes and you lose, and your mind, it takes away everything. And sumo is hard because there's about 800 guys in sumo when I joined, and there's only 60 people can make it.
Wow.
You know, when I say 60 people, only 60 people getting paid in sumo. People, only 60.
800 down to 60.
Only 60 people get paid.
Only 60.
Yes, so what you see on sumo, that's the only people that made it out of the 800.
Wow.
So if you think and listen to what I'm saying, you won't look at sumo the way you look at it.
Exactly.
Your mind was changed, because it's not an easy. It's
My
not easy.
perception is beginning to change now.
You gotta change because it's
Yes.
different. Yeah.
So different. So your first match, how was it? Did you win?
I won. I never lost until my 24th match.
Wow.
So I came. What they do, they throw you in the ring right away. Like, I came in June 19th. The following day I was in Nagoya. That's where my first tournament was. It was a summer in July, and then like about 2 weeks later was my first official match. So what they do, all the new people join, and they wrestle to find. If you win all the 3 matches, in the following tournament you become officially a sumotori. And then officially you have the ranking that you come on. You become a real sumo wrestler.
Okay.
So it's less than a month. I was officially doing it.
Wow. Wow. I think you were a fast learner, and then you were determined to do what you actually
Not only
came
fast
in
learning, I had no choice.
for.
Get ready, schedule is done.
Yeah,
Become, and
it's like the military, as you said.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I think Nike should be responsible, because you cannot talk, you cannot talk back. Just do it.
Wow.
Period.
Okay. So did you have a tournament that your parents got the chance to come and see you?
I brought my parents to my first tournament as a high ranker.
Ooh.
That was in 1984.
How did they feel seeing their son, their youngest son?
I was still trying to find myself in, I didn't speak Japanese clearly yet. I'm still trying to blend into the culture, but I made to the top rank, and because I was up in a high rank, I could bring my parents for the first time to see my matches. This is Fukuoka in 1982 November, and I just felt good to make it, because I still hold a record for the fastest. Take an average person, young boy, to join sumo and to make it at least to the rank in maybe 5 years. That is fast, really fast.
And I heard you were the first foreigner.
As a champion,
Yeah.
yes. So before that, it's 8 tournaments, which nobody ever break that record yet. Anybody, to start from the 0, and it's less than a year and a half that I became a top wrestler. There's 6 major tournaments a year, so it took me 8 tournaments to become the one of the 60 that getting paid. So that was my first tournament. My parents saw me. Of course, they would be happy. Their parents,
Yeah,
right? So
very proud.
and very lost, because they didn't understand what was going on.
I can imagine. And then your hair tie, like I always look
chomange.
at it, and then what was it called?
It's called chomange.
Chomange. Oh.
And then what you see on TV when the guys got their hair nice and dressed up is called oicho.
Oicho.
So only the top rank gets to have that hairstyle.
Ah, really?
But on a regular basis, what we see us on every day is called chomange.
Oh, okay.
But you have to grow out your hair. Everybody has to.
But now I can see that they are all done.
Well, I'm retired. I've been retired 24 years now.
I think it should be a brand. Like, it's so nice.
It's a lot of work, because we have hairdressers that do it every day. Somebody always comes in. Professionals that do our hair every day.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you, as in the beginning of the interview, you mentioned your real name, but you got your name changed.
Yeah.
How come did your name change to Konishiki?
Well, it's like other. It's like becoming a singer or something, or like wrestling, or you having a stage name. But in sumo, they have names that these schools, the sumo schools, stables that we call, have names that actually the history of that school has names. So my name is a very prestige name, and I'm very fortunate to have a name like Konishiki Yasukichi. It's actually the first grand champion, Yokozuna, that came out of Takasago Bay, which is my school. He was the number 16th grand champion of all of sumo. That's like hundreds of years ago. So he was the first to have the name Ponishiki Yasukichi. So it's a ring name. The bosses would actually look at you and find a name that would match you or something. But I was very fortunate. From the very beginning, they gave me a name that I was surprised to actually learn about it later on, that it was a huge name.
Yeah. I think
It has names back in history. So I was number 6 Konishiki. I'm the number 6 person that was named on the Konishiki.
So we have
Yasukichi.
lots of konishiki.
Yeah, because it comes from the school.
Okay.
It carries on.
Okay.
Yeah, so every big stable, what we call sumo bears, have names that historically comes from that stable.
Okay.
So you
So
can
we have konishiki after you. Do we?
not yet. Nobody
Not
has.
yet.
Nobody
Okay.
has been named that yet
Okay.
for a while.
Okay. Wow. This is like.
You're learning something.
Yeah, I'm really
AGOOO.
learning. It's AGOOO.
AGOOO. AGOOO. Oh, that's right. It's AGOOO. AGOOO.
Okay, you did well. Okay, wow. I'm really learning. Seriously. I thought.
I'm gonna change your mind, and you're gonna watch sumo more than. I've changed every single person that interviewed me about sumo. If you don't know nothing about sumo, you're not gonna go
I
on with
think
a
I
different
knew
one.
nothing about sumo.
You don't
Hearing
know
this,
nothing about sumo.
I knew nothing about sumo.
And you're
Wow.
learning fast because you're getting great knowledge from somebody that did sumo. That's why,
From a legend.
and
A
which
great
is good.
person.
I love to have. I enjoy these interviews because you hear it straight from me.
And then we hear of Yokozuna,
Yokozuna is the grand champion, the top.
the top.
Mm.
Okay. So
There's only 72, 73 now, ever in sumo. But back in sumo history, Ozeki was the highest rank.
okay.
Ozeki, which is the champion.
Mm.
They created Yokozuna later on. But ever since they created Yokozuna, they only have up to 73 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is, it's hard to think about because look at boxing or all the other sports. You have hundreds and hundreds of champions.
Yeah.
Not in sumo, only 73.
Wow. Okay, so we'll come back to the sumo wrestling. Now I want to dive into your family life. Are you married?
I'm
You have
married. I have a
kids?
beautiful wife. I have 2 beautiful hairy dogs that I call my sons.
I see.
Presently, we have a 7-month-old Fala and
Oh.
8-year-old. His daddy is Pani, which is golden retrievers. And actually, it's the 4th generation and the 5th generation of golden retrievers that I've raised since my sumo career.
Wow.
Oh, I have a picture of my first one.
Okay.
This is the first one.
Great.
That's Maru.
Oh. How old?
This was a baby. This is
how old
20
now?
something years ago.
Ooh.
He's dead already. No,
yeah.
5th generation. This is
Fifth
number
gen-
1.
Oh my God.
This is, everybody has the same DNA.
I see.
So this is number 1. And number 2, number 3 is that one, Ulu. And then 4 and 5 is upstairs.
Oh, wow.
All same bloodline.
Wow. And I
Konishiki bloodline.
exactly. I saw your wife images and she's so cute.
She's beautiful.
So
Oh,
beautiful.
beautiful.
So beautiful. I saw her with you in pictures like wow. She's
Yeah,
so
we're,
cute.
I'm very fortunate. I have a beautiful wife who's very talented.
Understanding.
She sings, she
Wow.
dances, she runs the office, and
I think she should have to come and say hello to my viewers. after
okay,
the
later on we tell them,
interviews
"Oi,
that-
hurry!" Later on she come on.
Yeah. Okay, so we see so many things in the sumo wrestling, and then I don't know the meanings and stuff. I see you've been doing something like this, and then putting powders in your hands. Can you really explain, like elaborate
Well,
us?
The reason why you see people, they're actually hitting their belts because they're salt. It's not powder, it's salt.
Salt.
Salt is to purify the rings, purification. And you have to understand Japanese culture. Salt plays a big part in Japanese culture. So like if you went to someone's funeral, they give you an envelope. There's salt in there. So before you enter your house, you put the salt on you to make bad spirits disappear before you walk into your house.
I don't know.
And then, yeah, well, that's Japanese culture. And the reason, if you look at sumo, the salt is to purify the ring. And then if you go to all the sumo stables, they always
This is Jafric Radio.
matches. They always have salt to protect and to bless and to prevent injuries. So salt plays a big part in this. And what you see is not powder; it's actually salt.
It's salt.
Yes.
So it's actually salt.
Yeah, and then the reason why everybody has this image because the salt gets into our fingers, and because some people are like for me, I have broken fingers from sumo, so we kind of tape up our fingers and then we try to get the salt out of our hands, or else we get salt in people's eyes and stuff.
Wow.
So yeah,
I'm learning. I'm really happy. So can you explain how the match is like? How you win and how you lose?
Well, sumo is very simple.
Okay.
The object of the game is to push your man or your opponent outside of the ring.
Outside of the ring.
It's a 5.5 meter diameter circle.
Yeah.
You either push them out or you push them down into the ring.
Okay.
So everything but the bottom of your feet touches the ground, you lose the match. So if you guys are trying to throw each other down and you guys are bending over, if your chomange touches down, you lose. And there's rules where you cannot poke the eye, you cannot punch, you cannot grab the hair. It's all against the rules. Once you do that, you lose automatically. And the other stuff you can't do is when your belt, the bawashi, gets loose and you can see your private part, you lose your match.
Okay. Has that ever happened to you?
No.
Oh,
Very rare.
Yeah,
Very
because
rare.
I've never seen something like that.
No, yeah, because it's very rare. I think from what I know, the 40 years, only one time I see that happen. But very rare. It's hard to happen.
Yeah.
Because it's actually put on so tight that it's very rare.
Okay, so I also heard something about sumo wrestlers that they really have big feet that you can't get like shoes or something to buy at the stores.
I have big feet. Not everybody got
Not
big feet.
everybody. So how do you manage that?
It's been easier now compared to before. Especially when I was in sumo, I didn't need shoes because we weren't allowed to wear shoes anyway.
Ah, really?
We were wearing what we call seta. It's like slippers. It's either wearing seta or wearing geta, where you have like it's a wooden slipper. And then us as a high ranker, we wear what we call seta. It's slide. We have to slide in our toes and walk. It actually helps us with leg balance, the feet balance.
Is it like the kimono?
So it's the same thing, but for men.
Yeah.
So shoes wise, we were never really allowed to wear American anything American or westernized. We're always wearing when we went out during the summers, our wear was yukata. When it got cold, it was kimono. Also, when we went out what we call jimbe. It's like a suit where I think some African where you guys have the top and like a pants to it.
Yeah.
Well, it's something like that. We call it jimbe. And so, usually we're not allowed to wear like typical Western clothes when we're active sumo. So that was our dress code.
Wow.
Yeah, wherever we went, we weren't allowed to go out in Roppongi anywhere with Western clothes.
Yeah, because I was about to ask, we don't really see these sumo wrestlers outside just anywhere.
Yeah,
you can't take a train and then you see one sumo wrestler.
Well, it's depending when your timing is right, because once like in the next upcoming tournament, which is September, you're gonna see like if you're catching a train in the Ogoku area or Kinsho or this area, you're gonna see a lot of guys because they have to go to the tournaments. So and then other than that, they have to move. So every other tournament is in Tokyo, but everything else is outside. So like in March they go to Osaka, so they're gone for like a month and a half. They come back.
They go by train?
Yeah, of course. It's bullet train. Kashikiri, they have reserve just for the sumo guys to go. And then they come back Tokyo in May, and then they go back in Nagoya. Same routine, a month and a half. Half of them, or maybe 1/3 of all the sumo wrestlers go on sumo tour.
Okay.
So a lot of them are back in the summer in their stables, but 1/3, maybe about 150, 200. Maybe
This is Jafric
when I
Radio.
was in sumo, our tour was 250 people. Had 9 buses, and like 7-6 hours every day. It was crucial. and you couldn't do nothing because we get in the morning, jump on the bus at 3 o'clock, boom, on the road, get to the hotel 9 o'clock, shower, eat. Next thing in the morning, 6:30 in the bus, back on the same routine.
Do you really have a life?
No life. Sumo is the life. That's what I said when you join.
Everything is sumo.
Well, you
Like,
have to be committed because that's what it's the difference. Like military, like I said, once you join, you cannot quit.
unless you retire.
You completely retire, you get hurt, you get sick, but then, you know.
Wow.
So it's a very you have to be mentally strong, you have to be physically strong, and you gotta be very, very crazy to last.
Was there a time that you wanted to quit, give up, or leave or something?
Well, yeah, many times, and it's not because I couldn't handle it. So it's because I lost people in my household. You lost like my nieces, and I lost my grandfather and grandmother, and I never had an opportunity to go to any of my funerals, any of anybody's funerals. In fact, you know, when my mom passed away, I was already retired, but I already was in Japan. I was in Japan, so by the time I got to the hospital, it was her last hours, you know. So that's the sacrifice that I have to take when you're doing sumo, or anybody has. So that's the hard thing about, you know, this sport, and that's why people have to understand the commitment that you put into this sport. It's everything or nothing.
Yeah.
And if you don't put everything in nothing, you're just wasting your time, because everybody wants to be part of the number 60.
Yeah.
So that's how hard it is.
Wow.
You know, it's not even a joke. Guys that live in that life, there's guys that been there almost 20 years but never had an opportunity to even get to the number, to that 60 group. 90% of them don't make it. You got to think about it now. So 10% of us that make it, even the 10% of us that make it, that 100% of 60 people who make it, they really have a good life after. Maybe less than half of the person, maybe 30-40% is the one that really make it after sumo.
Okay.
And I was one of the fortunate ones to do what I do after retirement. Not everybody can.
I can feel it comes with so many mental stress, and then
It's a lot of you have to be mentally strong.
strong.
You have to be mentally strong.
Yeah.
So for us as foreigners, we actually try to abide or try to relate as much as we can to the culture.
Yeah.
If you've been living here 70 years, you know the different cultures,
Yeah.
and there's stuff that we don't. We try to understand.
But we are strong. Foreigners are really strong.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying, if you come with an open-minded and sumo, because it's so different and so the commitment that you have to put into the culture of sumo is 100%, or you get killed. You kill yourself. Meaning, your morale, your heart, your soul, just gets weak, you know. And then and majority of them don't make it, and that's the reality of everything, you know.
Wow. AGOOO.
I mean,
We are really learning today, and then you can also watch us from Facebook, Jafric Radio. You can like our pages so that anytime we put down a video, you can be the first to watch. And then we're also on YouTube, Jafric Radio, yes, and Instagram, Twitter, everywhere you go, we are there. Kindly follow us and then enjoy this wonderful conversation I'm having with the legend Konishiki. He's teaching us something we didn't know about sumo wrestling. I have really learned a lot, and I'm still learning. Okay. All right. So, when you want to go into sumo, what are the things they look out for before you're chosen to be a wrestler?
So in sumo, officially to be a sumo wrestler, I don't think they kind of change it now, but before you had to be 173 centimeters, at least till when you're 18, and you have to be actually at least 15 years or older. And then the older you can be is 21 or 20. So that's why you have guys that come in older, because they're college champions.
Okay.
So if you have a title in the sumo ranks in college divisions or universities, you can join sumo, but not from the bottom. They put you on the fourth level to start from the fourth level. So you physically have to be healthy. for a big boy. No matter how big you take a physical. If you're not physically strong, you won't be accepted to sumo. So your weight, your height, and your physical has to pass to become a sumo wrestler. So that's where you all start.
Okay.
And then there's like right now there's 40 something sumo stables that they actually come and try to scout young men to be sumo tori.
I think I don't know whether blacks are welcome. I've never seen.
Yeah, you had a black
sumo
Sentorio.
wrestler.
There's a kid named Sentorio he was half Japanese, half black. He was from St. Louis
Oh.
originally, and he made it to the top. And his sumo name was Sentorio because he was from St. Louis, USA. He did really well. If you after you can do research, you're gonna pop up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Great.
In fact, there's two. One just joined, but he just left. He was from Texas, I think. He was at Musashigawa. Ichiro was his name.
Okay.
Yeah, he did it for 2 years maybe.
I can still see the sumo, like looking at what I have seen or what I've been watching earlier on. Looking at you now, I just see that the image of a sumo wrestler right in front of me. Even though there are a lot of changes, but I still see you to be that strong sumo konnichiki. Yes. Okay, and then you see when we come to wrestling, after winning a tournament, they give out a belt. I don't know.
No,
if
it's not a
sumo-
belt. It's like trophies.
Yeah, a trophy,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. How about sumo wrestling? How is it like?
So it's okay. So for the top rankers, which is the top 60, you gotta remember there's 7 levels of sumo. From the bottom, there's 1, which is Jonoguchi. Then the next level 2 is Jonidang, and then Sandame is 3rd level. And Makusta is 4th level. So from Makusta on down, is still guys that this is the hundreds of guys that trying to get into the 60. So judo, it's like high rank, but they're the lower rank of the 2 high ranks. And then you have Makunuchi, where you have your champion, your grand champion. So that's your top 60. So the thing is, from judo, the top 2 levels of sumo are the only 2 groups of people, a group of sumotori, that actually wrestles 15 times a tournament. The tournament is 15 days. So the majority of your wins will actually put you in a higher position the next tournament, or the more you lose, you go lower. So in same with the 4th, up to the 4th level, they wrestle 7 times out of the 15 days. So every tournament is 15 days. It's long.
Wow.
And so the idea is to win as much as you can. The more you win, if you win like 40, 50, you already win the tournament. So when you win the top Makunuchi division, I think the prize is about $100,000, and then you have like a year's supply of meat, a year's supply of this and that. They give so much awards and stuff. So that's the top. That's the top division, and then the next division is probably, I think it's like maybe 50 grand or something like that if you win the tournament, which is 1 out of the 30 can win the tournament. So, but the bottom, they have all the same thing.
So when you keep losing, what about that? You get kicked out or something?
See, that's another thing. Once the first top 2 levels, the Makunuchi and the judo level, if you lose too much, you lose your rank. Like this division, they're getting paid probably hakugojima, maybe $15,000 to $20,000. The top of the division is probably 20 grand on up, depending on the rank. But when you're on this $15,000 $20 bracket a month, if you lose a tournament, you lose everything. You only get paid $400 a month after that.
Yeah.
So 4th level, up to 4th level, average is probably $400 a month. You're in my end. See? So that's why people don't understand. You can look at some, oh, big and all that. These guys are suffering because they lose everything. So that's why it's funny thing, people laugh because, and I always explain, sumo are the only guys that work so damn hard, they're not allowed to have bank loans because they're not guaranteed.
Yeah.
So because every tournament is lose and win.
Lose and win.
The calculating of every tournament will actually tell you what you're gonna get next tournament. So it's a lot of pressure, especially once you get married. Some of these guys, they get married and they lose their rank. Actually, their wives are the one actually supporting them. It's hard work.
But I'm so glad that your wife was so supportive. At what point in time?
I met
did
my
you-
wife after I retired. So
After you retired?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see.
Which
Wow.
is like, I'm glad we did.
Okay. So I think, okay, it really helped you too.
Mm.
So I can see this book here, and then I want us to go through if you have little story about it to tell us.
Well, this is the book that I created to my retirement.
See, this is so cute.
It's 1998. A year after I retired, I had my ceremony, May 30th. And this is a photo that was made famous by a very famous photographer. But the word says in Samoan, I'm Samoan, so the word says "Fafetai," means just thank you in Samoan. So we have photos of just, me.
Looking at you, you
This
look
This
so
is
handsome.
Jafric Radio.
Those times you were younger, super handsome. I'm not surprised why your wife fell
So
for
this
for
is
you.
when I was a very young boy. I was like maybe
Oh,
10 years old, maybe.
okay.
This is high school, right before I came to sumo. And this is my high school football picture. And this is where I was a dancer. I was the leader of my dance group.
Okay.
Not
So
a-
you already had the stature for sumo wrestling.
well, I was
think
big.
That's why the
I-
man saw you
Yes,
and then
exactly.
Yeah.
He saw me at the beach and he knew me because I was a football player
Mm.
and stuff. So this is probably my last tour, Australia, Sydney, Australia, 1996. This is Musashi Maru. You can see him, right? See, he had to hide him because he was ugly. He has to go under the water. And then this is my
Is
first.
this your marriage photo?
Yeah, my first marriage.
Oh, okay.
This is my second one.
Oh, okay.
And then we have people like Michael Jackson and Michael Jordan. Because
Wow.
because of sumo, I've met everybody. Janet
Met
Jackson,
so many people.
the Rolling Stones, Eric Clapton, Madonna. Just photos of me during my career. And I always used to be Santa Claus when it comes to Christmas.
Mm.
Just stuff. Me,
You
Ballerina
play
and
golf?
Stevie Wonder and Buffa and just clowning around. So this book was actually made for my retirement.
Oh.
And this is one of the words I love. Always forward. Forward
only.
We'll never look back.
I love that too.
You got to. In Japanese it says Maini susumu nomi. Or you look for. So, and this is a good
WIX 理想のホームページをあなた自身の手で思いのままに作成。目的やビジネスを簡単に説明するだけで AI が独自のニーズに合わせたホームページをほんの数分で生成。デザインや機能を自由にカスタマイズし、思い描いていたビジョンを形に。さらにアクセス解析やビジネスの管理も